And I know the lawyers is going to use these points, and as well as the other points that the prosecution rather is going to throw in to say, how are you going to defend this?
Right,
And
right.
if the lawyer can put up a good enough argument to say that's not the case, or even if he did that, here's the reason that would make it legitimate to say you should let this man be free, or rather, we should just dismiss this case and just tell him, listen, get your ass out of Trinidad and never come back.
Okay. All right. The Mikey story. Mikey story. Thank you for pulling up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop you down. I'm gonna let
Yeah,
rebuild.
yeah, yeah.
Yes. But thank you. You made some great, excellent points. I don't know if
Thank
I'll
you.
probably let the panel back up all together, but I want to get. I don't want to flood the panel up with people because it's
It's
early
cool.
morning.
It's cool.
So I'm gonna just let them get their comments in real quick, and then I'm gonna just go one by one. But thank you, the Mikey story, and salute to you and your channel. If you got anything you
Yeah,
want to.
yeah, yeah. My channel is the Mikey Story on YouTube, and so once again, Ray, it's always good to talk and chop it up.
Salute to you. Make your way over to the Mikey Stories channel, guys. How many subs you got right now?
About 2,100 so far.
Okay, hit up the
Yep.
Mikey Story, and
Thank you.
thanks for coming up. Let me get to Bville, and then I'm gonna get to.
All right.
All right,
All right. Peace and blessings.
all right. Salute to you, Bville. What up?
Razor salute.
Chilling, chilling.
Yo, man, homeboy bugging. I would be on the first thing smoking out of there. Um, what people don't realize sometimes is even though you have an attorney and you might have a high-powered attorney, your attorney is working for you. Now, I'm speaking from experience. You don't thumb your nose at Caribbean people. You know what I'm saying? If he
Right.
the only way that I would still be there is if I didn't have the money to go home until my case came up. Other than that, I would be out. They could hem him up like a pair of Easter pants. They could plant something on him or get some people on him. Ain't nowhere in the world that I would stay there. You crazy?
Yeah, yeah. It's risky, very risky.
It's
Now,
more than risky.
yeah,
It's like he in a cage with three tigers and he got a tomahawk steak suit on. Nah, well, that it's not making sense. Right now, it's looking like everybody was riding for him, like free him. He got a bad deal or whatever. But this now is starting to look like a stunt.
mm, maybe. Well, is it maybe a case that maybe he doesn't have the money to fly back out? I mean, I can't imagine that. I can't imagine
Well,
that.
I mean, even
Money
if he
out.
didn't, out in the situation that he in, the same way you just played that recording with him talking about I'm staying and I'm filming, I would say, look, man, this is what it is. Just in case if something do happen, they could say rewind the videotape and said, okay, well, we know why. Excuse me. Well, we know why he stayed there because he didn't have the money to get home. But it's like he's thumbing his nose at them.
Yeah, that's the thing. I would not do. So even if you just said, all right, because I said I'll leave. I'm leaving. I'm not coming back for that court. Which that's just my extreme take. But I went and risked doing 2 years in that Trinidad jail.
Nah.
I
And
would not
then,
add
go
the
ahead. I'm
I'm
sorry.
film. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I would not add. I'm gonna film part because there, that's thumbing the nose at them is like, oh, wait a minute, because they already arrested you because you thumb their nose by not cooperating with them to come down to the station and get them information on the gangs. So that's why they arrested you in the first place because they had an attitude with you. Now you're gonna film again. They might have an attitude for that. So that I
Right.
would not do that. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you in a foreign country, you thumbing your nose at them. You just been through hell with gasoline draws on, and on top of all that, the worst part about all of that is as wild as it is in Trinidad, he got a snitch label on his name.
Mm.
You know how many ways that could go wrong? He need to be up out of there. But hey, to each his own, man.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if he got the snitch label because reportedly he didn't give up no information, right? He's going through with the that's why he was taken in because he wouldn't like quote unquote snitch. That's why they put the charges on him for sedition.
Okay, you know
Or
about the
big thing.
streets. You know about the streets. Let me ask you a question. if you were somewhere, right, and somebody was filming you, and the person that was filming you, you took them to your crib, you showed them your hammers, you had your little work, or you was on the block with the fellas and all that, y'all little crew, and then he got caught up like that, and somebody started being in your ear, well, you know, they say he might be snitching. You wouldn't be feeling some kind
Oh
of way.
no, yeah, they all. That's how it always go. Once you're around that circle, that's why people say, look, you around that circle, this stuff is bound to happen. You know what I'm saying? You hanging out with those type of people,
Yeah,
and you get caught up by the law. All types of stuff is going to be said about you. You know what I'm saying? But that's the situation you put yourself in doing that type of content. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So yeah,
I think
but
if he really loved his wife and his kids like he say he would, I wouldn't care if I had to charter a private jet. I'd be about that
no,
piece.
no, you know what? I'm not. I'm gonna leave his wife and kids out of it because really that don't matter to me. If I love myself and I didn't want to be in a Trinidad
Yeah.
jail for 2 years, I forget the wife and kids at this point. I'm like, no, I'm not doing 2 years in the Trinidad jail. I don't care if I was single. I don't care if I had no wife and kids.
This is true.
I
Yeah,
don't
you're
care.
right.
I'm not doing 2 years. I'm not doing 2 months in no Trinidad jail. I'm not coming back to court. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have to put a warrant out for my arrest because I'm
Yeah.
not coming back to that. I'm not risking it. I don't trust it. And I'm damn sure not gonna stay in film no more. So they can use, new footage
Right.
against me. But let me
Mo-
get Rolando G with the $5 donation. Razor Raise, here's something for the fun. Christmas list needs to leave. All
yes.
right. So salute to you, Rolando, for the $5 donation on this early noon live. We chilling a little bit. So you have anything else to say? I'm gonna bring up somebody else, a couple more people.
Nah, that's it. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. I think he not. I don't know if he's not really looking at the whole situation carefully, or he just don't care, or what, or either the third option is it all a stunt.
Yeah, or he's just too confident, too overconfident. Maybe he knows what's gonna happen already, and he just, you know what I'm saying. So it's wild. It's wild. Buck, what you got for us, Buck?
Hey, salute to Razor to the panel. I just want to say this, man. A lot of these countries, man, they got an image, right? They want a tourist money, so the least they want is bad, negative image on them. And when Chris Miss went over there and videotaped all those gang members in the bad areas, that gave the whole Trinidad bad image. So that's another factor that we're not even thinking about. It's given,
Oh
first of all,
no, we
the country
thought about
bad
that.
image. Yeah, it's given bad. Trinidad. The thing with them is like when you look at tourism, it makes a portion of their GDP. So they rely on tourism. They rely on people to go to the all these festivals. The what is it? The carnival or whatever they call it. They want the tourist money. So
Right.
when you paint a country in a bad image, that hurts their pockets.
All
A
right. Hold
lot
on,
of people don't understand.
Buck. Hold on,
That hurts their pockets, and that's not including him going over there and promoting the gang activity. Because
Buck. Hold on. We are past that. We did a stream on that. We are talking about now. What should he do? They gave them. If they really felt all that, they gave him his passport back and said you can leave.
Right.
Why is he staying?
okay,
We are
I
past all of that other stuff.
I,
'Cause
I, I think I think
why?
he should stay.
What
He,
he
he,
should do
he, should,
now?
he should stay. He should stay. The reason why I say he should stay because if he leaves, they're gonna issue an international warrant on him. So a lot of people don't understand that Trinidad is part of the Commonwealth countries. So the Commonwealth countries includes the UK, the Canada, Australia, and most of the Caribbean islands countries. So if he goes to, let's say, if he goes back to Canada and comes back to another Caribbean country like Jamaica, he can get arrested and be extradited to Trinidad like that. So a lot of people don't understand this part. So
But
I would say,
why would they release him and then put a warrant out on him when they got him in captivity?
Hey, Mike, you could come back in. I'm gonna just load up the panel. Mikey Story, you could come back in if you want. Yeah,
But
yeah.
but
Go ahead.
why would they release him and then if he leaves and go home and put a warrant out on him if they already actually have him already?
I don't know, but I just wanted to slide on here and say a few words. Shout out to the panel. Shout out Razor for having me.
Scott,
It's
get up.
Scott. It's Scott Inslee, man. I just want to invite everybody to the fundraiser tonight I'm having on my channel for my flight to Colombia. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. For sure, it's going to be fun. We got an $800 goal. I got a 7-day trip to Colombia. It's going to be so fire. As y'all know, I just literally went viral with Floyd out there in Sosua. So I just want everybody to tune in. You know, if you can, send a cash app to support the channel. Sin City got my channel took, and I'm just trying to rebuild and get back on deck, man. That's all I wanted to slide on and say. So I appreciate y'all, man, for sure, for
All
sure.
right, all right.
Good on you, brother. Good on you.
Okay, thank you,
All
guys.
right. And like I said, Mikey's story. If you want to hop back on, you can hop back on. I just got to open up the panel a little bit. And we got who else? We got, like I said, yeah, Buck. So you was talking to Buck about that Beeville. Yeah, like I'm saying, because like I said, we passed sort of the whole, you know, why they arrested him stuff and this and that. We on to
I think
what's next.
Yeah, Razor. I think he should stay. That gives him a better chance of actually defeating the case if you got a right lawyer. You know, because there's a lot of arguments to this. Because his lawyer can say, hey, this guy travels and he films the worst areas of every country he goes to. So his intent wasn't filming gang members. That's his argument for the lawyer. That's what he could say. But
to Buck's reasoning, listen, to Buck's reasoning, I mean, sedition itself is a reach. They definitely went and digging into the law books just to find some kind of reasoning. Sedition in itself is the illegal act of inciting people to resist or rebel against a government. If you're sitting there as an investigative type of videographer and you're just filming certain areas and getting their story about their culture and their country, so what, not necessarily inciting sedition unless he's adding to the fire by making his own comments on the country and how they're treating their people. Now, if he did that, the best thing he could do is do some damage control. Go back and get some of his existing content that he might have spoke up against the country and fix that shit. He needs to be working on damage control of anything right now.
Has anybody seen the tape? Is the tape out in public?
I was looking at a couple of his films, but I didn't go through 100% of everything. He interviewed quite a few people in Trinidad, different situations and everything. So I started going back through his content, but not so insightful to see that, you know, if he said something negative about the country. So if he didn't speak on it, but the people did, it's not him inciting, you know, a government uprising or anything. So that's a little bit of a reach. And I'm sure his attorney can spin that, like Buck was kind of leaning into. You know, it's about the image, and then it's also about his intent. Was his intent to incite, you know, government riots or upheaval? And his I guess his style is to go into certain cultures and get ingrained in the different areas of maybe poverty and speak on those things. So at the end of the day, was that intent to overthrow a government? I don't think so. I think it's a reach, but I'm gonna go ahead.
Do y'all believe? Well, Ronin, do you believe he should? And so that's telling you in your channel. Do you believe he should leave or just stay and face the charges and risk 2 years?
I mean, a week turnaround is long enough for him to go home and do some strategy. You know, deal with the family, or you know, you can stay there and strategize. But I would go home. You know, kind of get out of the country, kind of, you know, reflect and kind of sit down with my attorneys and figure out what I can do as far as damage control, and maybe even try to work the back networks on negotiating maybe the fine and agreeing not to go back.
Exactly.
Right. That's how I would play it. I hope that I don't go back.
You hit the bullseye. That's exactly what he should be trying to do. And not to mention try to find him a Canadian lawyer to go back with him.
And about Nakmeezy, what you got to say, Nakmeezy? Do you believe he's playing this right by staying, or you know, who had played it, Nak?
Salute to everybody. Salute to the panel. I think that he should have left, all right, and then handle whatever he can from Canada, because now really he's gambling. He's gambling. He doesn't understand how a lot of these Caribbean countries' governments operate. Right now, it's a challenge. You know, look, I'll agree with that sedition is a very weak case, but being the fact that they locked him up based on sedition, it just tells you that pretty much they could do what they want to do with you in there.
Exactly.
And now he's speaking about the conditions in jail where there was no TP and people had to use walls to clean their fingers after, you know what I'm saying, certain issues. He's speaking out against the country and he's making it look bad. But I want to gently correct Buck. Like Trinidad, like I said the other day, they're not really worried about tourism like that unless it's in February for Carnival. And even then, they're not relying on foreign tourists. Tourism is only 2% of their GDP. They have energy and non-energy based economy in Trinidad. So I think Christmas List, what he's doing is he's poverty pimping throughout the world. So he's going to economic and economic starved economies or places, and also dangerous places. So he's moving under the guise of his skin color, and then moving around and, hey, look what so he can essentially become the Negro whisperer. Look, I went all these places and have cool stories for his grandkids. But what he's leaving in his wake is he doesn't care about the people. I don't think he cares more about looking like some sort of white savior. And the problem that I have with him is that when you give a platform to gangs in Trinidad, as somebody who grew up in Flatbush, you hear the stories about Laventil and gang wars and Abu Bakr and all of this stuff. It's very real. He gets a light of flame and then go back to wherever he's from while it burns. And I think that's why they're going to give him the business.
All right. And salute to all 150 people watching this early noon live stream. And we 150 people watching. Bo Riddle, Colombia is so tired now. So yeah, that's why I'm staying off the Colombia stuff right now. I'll come back later on tonight, do some more Colombia stuff. D Monster, this is my first morning Razor Live. Yes, and like I said, I said I'm come live. I'm gonna start doing more of these live streams. Little short and sweet live streams on off topics that don't involve Pastor Bros or Colombia early in the morning. What will he film? Will he post the videos before he leaves? Now he did. How do y'all feel about this? He re-released the Trinidad videos on his channel. He got about 5 up on his channel. He took them down himself, but they're back up there. Which his lawyer, I don't know what his lawyer doing. I would not have. I would have kept them private until the case is over. Don't play around. Maybe he knows something. Maybe he knows that this case is going to go good for him already. Maybe this is why he's doing this type of thing. Maybe maybe he already knows the outcome of next week. You know what I'm saying? The problem isn't just filming. Salute Travelmatic is in the building. Akeem is in the building. All right. Anybody?
Like I said, it's all about damage control at this point. If he took him down, hopefully he edited them. Maybe he didn't. God only knows. Like I said, I didn't have time to go back through them. I did see like at least 5 or 6 Trinidad videos he had put back up. But at the end of the day, if his lawyer is not speaking to him about, yo, man, maybe you should dead those that content right now. You need to go back and scrub that shit, or at least let my specialty people go back and scrub that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, by the way,
yeah.
Speaking of videos, so I'm looking at his channel right now, and the videos that he put up are just regular videos of him showing regular stuff, but anything to do with the gangs, obviously, he didn't put that up for obvious reason.
Okay, so he left those out. All right. Okay.
Right.
So
right.
That's
oh, and another thing I wanted to mention is that, it's interesting what Nakneezy just said, because this is not his first time getting into trouble.
Yeah, we all know that. Like I said, I've been through that already in Cuba with the drone and in Somalia.
Yeah.
So yeah. But like I said, when you do 128 countries, you're going to get in trouble. I mean, I could go to 3 countries and get in trouble. I'm telling you.
Right.
So so that, like I said,
and
that doesn't have anything. I mean, like
right. But that's why I go back to point number 1 by saying discretion matters, especially when you're filming.
Yeah, we all know that. We seen Jay Rello.
Okay.
He get in trouble. Floyd. I mean. All right, Trini says he's working without a work visa too, but I'm just trying to see why he's staying. So that's the biggest part. Because everybody we done talked about the other stuff already. We're trying to see why is he staying. What's his strategy?
Well, here's the thing.
The
Number
strategy
1,
is, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Here's the thing. Number one, he's already put it out there saying he has no money because right now, if you go to his community tab, he has put it out saying they're saying, look, I got no money to go home. I'm trying to raise money to go home and then take care of what I need to take care of, you know. But at the same time, in my opinion, I think him staying there is a good thing because he's showing good faith that I'm not trying to run from the case.
Yeah, but you know how much could happen between now and Thursday?
What's going to
With
happen?
I'm saying with crooked police or somebody just mad at him because they feel like he's disrespecting him now. I mean, anything can happen.
Well, that's the key is that if he continues to just keep a low profile, he'll be okay. But, at the same time, right now, Chris, in a way is good and in a lot of ways is bad. He's like a big celebrity out there at the moment.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
he's a big celebrity. He be headline story out there and on those news agencies that I see, and they already flagged his passport. He can't leave even if it's in his possession. They stop him from boarding easily. No, Akeem, well, no, because the court said they allow him to leave.
To leave,
Yes,
right?
they did. Yes, they
but
did.
but to be fair, the best option for him is to get a lawyer outside of the country
Yes.
No, no,
because you don't know what that lawyer
no,
or that attorney that he hires
no,
motivation is when it comes to country loyalty. You don't know what his driving factor is on
no,
past
and
relationships with people in that country. I would at
no,
least get a primary lawyer out of town and have him second chair
no, because I
to
tell you
keep
why.
him in line with local law. There's
Right,
no way
but
I'm going to use a local lawyer
I tell
as a
you why.
primary.
Yeah, but
But to
I'm going
give
to
you
tell you
credit,
why
Mikey,
that's
real
a bad
quick,
thing.
to give you
Yeah, go
credit,
ahead. So,
anybody
yeah, yeah,
filming overseas as a content creator,
yeah.
what Mikey said earlier, setting up your film, even if you're filming in these type of areas with a disclaimer of some type, saying the views and the comments that are made in this video are not views and comments that you might necessarily agree with, is always a safe fact.
Yeah. Disclaimer.
Putting a
Right.
disclaimer up before you show the film or afterwards is always going to be a big preventative thing for you guys that are filming content abroad in a conflict area.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
so
would they even care though? Would Trinidad even care about the disclaimer? You know what I'm saying? Now they did mention that.
That again, that goes to intent.
Yeah.
It just proves his intent even more, just to show the truth without literally adding to or taking away.
You know
see,
what,
here's the
Ray?
thing I was going to say.
That is a good question, Ray, because that disclaimer, it has a United States code on it, USC something. So that's a good question. Will they even honor that disclaimer?
Yeah, I mean, would they even
Well,
care?
they
Would
would
they care?
honor that disclaimer. I'll tell you why. Because remember, the key word I was saying was this is about liability, right? And if you don't take the liability off of yourself, then it's as good as saying, I agree with what they're talking about.
Mm.
Y'all
But
let
I
All right.
mean, if he's not saying anything derogatory, like "Do you like your government" and stuff like that, he should be in the clear though. If he's not egging them on with leading questions like that, right?
You would think. I mean, you would think, but
Right.
like I
but
said,
that's what I'm
I
saying.
wouldn't risk
That's
pretend. I'm not
right.
doing 2 years.
But that's the
Trini,
point of
if
a
you're
disclaimer
available to come up,
is
then
to
come
take
up.
off the
Vlog Tripping is
liability.
actually
No?
from Trinidad. Vlog Tripping is actually from Trinidad. So if you're able to come up, go ahead and come up, brother.
But what I wanted to say with Ronin Travels is that the only problem for him to get a lawyer from the outside is that the lawyer from the outside has to be able to practice in the country. Now, the only thing the lawyer on the outside can do is be an advisory, but he can't sit in the court case per se and do anything because he can't practice. See what I
If
mean?
that lawyer that he currently has didn't tell him, yo, put that camera away. If you gotta stay due to financial reasons, I understand, but put that camera away. That lawyer don't seem like he got his client in his best interest. That's just my opinion.
I mean, he
Well,
has a very, very good lawyer. If you know the history of his lawyer, he's got an excellent lawyer, especially to be fighting the case that he's dealing with. But
yeah,
the issue is his arrogance, his Canadian arrogance that he's
yes,
still
yes,
challenging a government that you don't want to challenge. Like all my travelers, tricks, and all of that. Enough respect to all the brothers that's listening. If you really travel the Caribbean, then you know that what he's doing is off code.
Yeah.
Fact.
Yeah.
I watched the YouTuber that went to New York City. I watched the video of a new YouTuber that went to New York City, a white guy who was interviewing an organization that has its roots in the Spanish Caribbean. They were teaching him how to say whatever they say. And he put his hands up like, no, 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 no. How can a young man like that be smarter as to not try to appear that he's co-signing anything, even if he's interviewing them, then Chris must listen. Like I said on a couple of shows ago, Chris must listen. He must listen, because if he don't listen to people, then he's gonna find himself in an even worse spot than what he is now.
He said Chris must listen.
That's a good line, actually. Chris must listen. Vlog tripping with the 199. Vlog tripping. This is y'all was saying hit the panel. Vlog tripping. Or y'all got anyone from Trinidad on the panel? No, nobody from Trinidad is on the panel. If you want to hop on, you can hop on. Thank you for the 199. Vlog tripping. You know, if you're from Trinidad,
yeah, he's from Trinidad. I know him.
Yeah, you can hop on and discuss it. You know what I'm saying? You see what you got to say, because like I said, and now you know, there's a disconnect, because like I said, he was filming the people, but the people liked them. The people like the filming. It's the authorities that don't. So, and they really wanted him to cooperate with the authorities, and then I think that's the main issue. But he said no, he didn't want to, and they felt disrespected. You know what I'm saying? So we see where it goes from here. But I think that he should have left. And damn sure, if you're going to stay, do not take that camera out and film. They're going to feel disrespected again, the authorities. I'm talking about the authorities. Now, I'm not talking about the people that he was filming. They love it. See, that's the thing. That's why I don't get on him that much, because like, well, the people in all the countries he's been to, they love the guy when he's filming. They loved him. They had no issues with him filming. Or they would have told him to get that camera out my goddamn face. You know what I'm saying?
But if you got beef,
them for permission to film and document.
If you got beef with the whole government, the chances are slim you gonna win that one.
Yeah, now people talk about his history, which I don't like. They were cool with him filming. So now I'm talking about what's his strategy now? Is he too arrogant and too cocky now in this situation, in the Trinidad situation, to believe that he's really going to get off? I wouldn't trust it. I would be like, look, I'm not risking it. I'm not risking it, leaving, and I'm not doing 2 years. I'm not risking.
I think one of the biggest cases. I think one of the biggest cases that the lawyer, like I said, can argue for him is the intent. And I don't think his intent was to promote gang activity, and I think that's what's gonna get him off. His intent not to, but if it was his intent to go out there and promote it, I think there will be a solid case for him to get find him of guilty. But he wasn't going out there to promote gang activity. I think that's what's going to get him off. If the lawyer can argue that to the judge and the jury, I think he can get off like that.
Yeah, but intent is one of the hardest things to prove, man. We see that with Trump.
You can see he can what he can do is he can say, hey, I've been to all these places. And all I do is, hey, I cover this area, the bad areas, and I don't go over there promoting that kind of activity. That's his argument. That's what he can say.
But Buck, hold on a second. You have to keep in mind with what you're saying. Just because you go to one country, it doesn't mean the laws, the cultures, and the ways apply the same way.
And not only that, we don't know. We don't know if he had enough time to chop up that tape. Who knows what kind of raw footage he got?
Exactly.
Well,
they're looking at that too. Like I said, we don't even know all the facts, all the facts of this case, because you just brought up an interesting point. You said what is in that raw content? Maybe he was promoting
why
something.
it says damage control is primary right now.
Yeah,
correct. So his best effort as of right now
it's
is to do the very thing every lawyer will tell you: shut up, don't say nothing. Because right now, while the case is open, guess what? anything you say can be held against you. Simple.
Right.
Can
And
and will is the term. Can and will be held
Right.
against you.
Right. Absolutely.
And just
Mhm.
listening to the recording that Razor played of him, you can hear the arrogance in his voice. Like, I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
going nowhere and I'm gonna be filming. Like, okay, buddy.
well, you want to hear it one more time for the new people that came in, and anybody new, please subscribe to this channel. Anybody new that's been following the Christmas list stuff, I will be covering it until its conclusion. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and like this video, share this video. I will be coming live early on any developments with Christmas lists over the next few days. So this is right here. This was Christmas list for people that didn't hear it. This is after his court yesterday, court appearance.
Restrictions removed, passport is given back to me. I'm able to leave the country. All good news. Court again next Thursday. All good from here. Okay, so yes, I told you all the news today in court was spectacular, just as planned. I told you my passport's good. I'm able to travel, but, and there's a big but, I do want to get home to my family. I can't wait, but I'm not leaving yet. I'm going to remain here in Trinidad until my next hearing, which is next Thursday. So I will be here filming on the streets of the beautiful capital. Not leaving yet. I'm here for now. Trinidad to the world.
Y'all heard that? I don't know if it was choppy or not. I mean,
Nah, it was clear.
it was clear.
Man,
Okay.
that Trinidad to the world piece is
Arrogant
corny as fuck. What the
scumbag.
hell?
The arrogant scumbag. It's say, you're looking for bacchanal, go find it Thursday. Thursday. Go get
Exactly.
the bacchanal on Thursday.
Okay, now we have Vlog Tripping. So Vlog Tripping, shout out to you, Vlog Tripping, in your channel. Vlog Tripping is here.
Damn. Mic check. Y'all can hear me.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Yes.
Vlog Tripping.
All
What
right.
you got for us?
All right. So let me. If I said something y'all already know, just pardon me. You know what I mean?
No, go
All
ahead.
right. So Wagwan to the panel. Wagwan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna give it to you from a coconut perspective. Someone who
He
has
said
lived in
coconut.
Trinidad all my life as a born Trinidadian, proud Trinidadian, as a dual citizen, and someone who has contacts in Trinidad right now that's telling me what's going on. All right. So this guy Chris, and I heard someone say this also. He made the police look very incompetent, very lazy. He made them look foolish because in those areas, sometimes the police are afraid to go there. That's how bad those areas are. Like you would ask for police service to go there, and they won't go. Like if you have to evict somebody, if you have to collect something, if you have to get like a sheriff or something, they'd be like, "Nah, we're not going there." Right? So for him being a foreigner to walk so freely in those quote unquote gang infested areas, it made the whole government look foolish. The prior commissioner, right? Because we have our stuff works as the commissioner, like the top cop. Is actually COP is his credentials. The prior commissioner used to go after um people of like criminals and gangbangers and all that stuff via social media. See, he would see you on Instagram, see you on WhatsApp, and he'll go track you down. He'll go to your house and he'll have you apologize on social media for whatever you did and have you arrested and everything like that. So this is making the current administration look incompetent. And what he's being charged with is with sedition. He's being charged with basically inciting violence, which the public knows it's a BS charge. And to what you were saying earlier, Razor, the community, the people, the Trinidadians themselves love him. They love that they come and visit, our little island and giving us a national platform to show what's going on here. So it's really the government he made look foolish, and the people saying, "Wow, look at this guy, no connections in Trinidad, walking around and being able to make all these contacts with all these gang leaders and stuff like that." And sidebar, he did have a local um a local what you call it security with him. So
Right.
he did have a local security with him, and I feel like that person did not give him the right advice. Because even though he made the he won the national TV station and he did that interview and stuff like that, I personally, me as a Trinidadian, if I go to Trinidad and I film, and I'm thinking about actually going there a couple of weeks from now, I would not post no content while I'm in that country, because I don't know how people might perceive me, or for him, even worse, as a foreigner, unveiling and lifting the veil off of these things that are going on there.
Or you could film, but you probably you don't want to film certain dangerous hoods and areas because they might ask you to come in and help them with the
Right.
gangs, and
Right.
you won't, because if you do it, then they're gonna be labeled as a snitch. Then
So
that's
that's
when you don't really want to be labeled as it. If you
But
go in, they find out, but if you deny going in there, then you're going to end up the same situation as Christmas List.
and that's the other half. They want him now to help them
mhm.
find these leaders, and he was like, "Nah, I'm not doing it." And I think that's where the whole quote unquote beef started, because it's like, oh, so you want to go film all these places and you don't want to help law enforcement, then you must be in line with the gangs.
Hmm.
Bingo, and that's what it is right there. That's it
But the
is right.
vlog's tripping's point is the top cop looks at the internet. So to
Right.
have that all over the internet, like he said, I would film even being a Trinidadian and leave the country before I would put anything up. Chris is putting this up real time, which
Yeah.
is doubly embarrassing because real time is how this top cop likes to act. You get on WhatsApp or whatever, he's coming to get you.
What up, Backpack Val? Yeah,
That
yeah.
was
So vlog, as a native Trini, what
mm,
do you think he should stay there till Thursday or leave?
well, from my understanding is they got his passport. He can't leave.
Oh,
So the
so
reason
he's
why
live.
his
Oh, he has his
bail,
passport. He has his
No, he
if he
has
passport.
it.
has
He got it back.
well, if he
Got
has
it.
his passport, he still can't leave, because I don't think he's such a
Flight
famous
risk.
person now to an extent. I'm sure he's on Interpol don't travel list or whatever. So I doubt he can get close to the airport unless he knows some way to sneak over to Venezuela or maybe take a boat over to Grenada or something like that. He ain't leaving through the airport.
But why
Yeah,
why would
because
you
it's
say
some.
that?
By the
When
way,
the court
I,
they court said he
mm,
can leave. They said it. Wouldn't they take that off? Like if we have any flags at the airport,
Did he
why would
did he
you
get
leave
his bail
flag?
back? I'm sure he's out on bail, correct?
Yeah, he's out on bail.
yes,
They
he's out
said he
on
can
bail,
family.
but
They
he can
said
go back to Canada,
and come back next week.
but he has to be back for the court date. Yeah, yeah. By the
Oh,
way, I just want to
well,
correct something you said, Vlog Trippin. Yeah, I want to
uh-huh.
correct something you said. The actual
Mm.
meaning of sedition is to speak out against the government, and that's what they got him. That's the law that they put on him to prove the gangs did speak out against the government, and the fact that his video is showing that is a form of promotion. Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, you could spin it and you could finagle it however, bro. It's BS. The country knows it's BS. He was not doing none of that stuff.
And his
And the
attorney
way
keeps
that
saying it.
and the way that they marketing it as violence. I hear what you're saying, speaking against the government, but everyone, there is a level of freedom of speech in Trinidad. So you have to attach it to violence. Because I could be the opposition, I could talk bad about the government all I want. But they have to attach it to violence to make it criminal. To make it public opinion criminal, I guess.
Right, and I bet if you even try to drive him in your car to the airport, they'll have you hemmed up for trying to help an international criminal escape.
You know
It's
what's funny? I love my country, I love my people, but we have some really petty ways, and we focus on the most pettiest things. There's so much issues with our country that you're gonna focus on a YouTuber, all this energy on a YouTuber, like seriously, and the
but
the and
you said
mhm.
it yourself. He embarrassed them. I mean, that's what
Yeah,
it
he
sounds like
did.
it's about, man. He dissed them,
Personal. It's personal.
and like I said
Yo,
earlier.
Exactly.
there's a YouTuber. Oh, I'm sorry. Go on, brother.
Now, I was saying, like I said earlier, I used to go to school in Crown Heights. You don't want nothing worse than a revengeful Caribbean on your ass.
Yeah,
Ah,
Bro,
we
I'm
petty.
from
yo,
the
that's
bush, and I co-sign that. I'm from the bush, and I co-sign that
ah.
100%. But let me show y'all how petty the police in Trinidad are. There's a guy with a YouTube channel. I'm not gonna say his YouTube channel because I don't even know it right now. But he helps the police grab criminals in Trinidad, and he's got a decent show. I've been watching this for like already a year already. One cop asked him to back up during their arrest. He said, "Why gotta back up? Why gotta back up?" He told them one more time, and then he arrested the guy that rides around with them to help them catch criminals. He
Right.
arrested.
So
So
let me add to that. That guy is actually one of the top cops in Trinidad, but he also has his own YouTube channel, and he also did a whole clip with Vice. So I forgot his name also,
right. So you know
but the
what
guy you're
I'm
talking
talking
with is
about.
Ian Allen. Ian Allen is a guy. He look a little funny. He just a little funny. He a little suspicious looking, but he actually reports on things that happen in Trinidad on a daily basis. So him and that guy, Alexander, him and that guy have a history, and they're rival YouTubers or rival television people and stuff like that. They both have shows. So in that particular situation, he felt that he wanted to check the Ian Allen that, hey, listen, remember, I'm an actual police. You know what I mean? You just a studio dude. Stay in your place. So yeah, that was petty to arrest him on camera in front of everybody for something as silly as, I think he charged him with disrupting police investigation or
Yeah,
something
because
like that.
he wouldn't back off. Now check this out. What is the possibility that they did squeeze information out of Christmas list, right? And then they said, "Look, we're giving you a pass," or not saying they give him a pass, but essentially give him his passport and say, like, "You're free to go." He should have took that opportunity to go instead of staying around trying to prove something. He's messing with the wrong people, because they're not going to care about no international nothing. The police over there. You know what I'm saying? He should have left. Change his name to Christmas Listen to Christmas Leave. He needs to leave Trinidad as soon as possible.
Nakneezy.
I mean,
Okay, but
I
Nakneezy.
feel he's
Okay,
Canadian, right? Let me just jump in real quick.
yeah,
He's
but
Canadian,
Nakneezy.
correct?
How can
Yeah.
a guy leave and he's admitted saying, "I got no money to leave"? Yes,
Nah,
he's
he
Because
probably
Canadian.
he's
got money. He
lying.
probably
Yes,
got
yes.
money by now.
Mike Story, great point, because I want to talk about that as well. This guy jumped on asking to borrow people's
Yes.
well, what are those iPad or those Apple laptops and equipment, and then he's got a GoFundMe. So it goes back to the exploitation of people of color in certain economies and countries. All he's doing is poverty porn. That's all when people wake
Right.
up. Christmas List don't care about the guy that he interviewed in Haiti that ended up getting killed afterwards. He don't care. So he'll give someone a platform, let them show their weapons, their firepower, let them do little sneak disses to each other, and then go to Canada and leave a bloodbath in his wake. That's why I'm against that dude.
But he does do interviews in Canada too, in poor places.
I
So
understand.
he does. So I ain't gonna just say he does it just for black people, because he does do it in Ukraine. He goes everywhere. He's an equal if you say that he's an equal opportunity. Let's just say filmer of all races. I'm gonna keep the race out of it because he goes everywhere.
Let's say he's exploiting poverty, and
All right.
I don't
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, like that. Yeah. Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine that you and salute to all 175 people watching in this early live. We got Backpack Val in the building. Yes, he is out. He is out. Joan, thank you. Joan, thank you. Jesus Campbell, he's out. And Still Life. No, the authorities didn't remove the content. He removed it. Now it's back up. Still Life. He removed the content. Now he put it back up. But somebody said up here that the ones with the gangs is not up. Right? Y'all saying
No,
the
it's not.
it's not up? Okay, so he
It's
did do
just
other
regular
content.
stuff. Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah. All right. So
yeah.
all right. So all right. Yeah, Beeville is back. Oh, Vlog tripping. Yeah, go ahead, Vlog tripping.
Yeah, so I would add to him that even though I can't tell this man nothing about YouTube. You know what I mean? I'm a struggling YouTuber. But he was not advised properly on how to move in Trinidad, because you cannot play with the government. You cannot play with the police like that. It is corruption on, I wouldn't say a major level, but on the petty level. On a very, very petty level. Like police are not going to extort you when they see you, something like that. But if you try to make them look less of a police than what they really are, like they're not doing their job, like you take a picture of them sleeping or something like that, you make yourself now, their target. Now they got time. So I think
But
he
the
was advised poorly.
mhm. But the other thing, Vlog tripping, you have to remember is that he is a foreigner in Trinidad. That's the biggest piece to this whole thing. It's not like he's a citizen, and he may get a slap on the wrist or he can get away with certain things. No, when you're a foreigner in a country, it makes a big difference, how the law is going to deal with you.
I think that might help him more than hurt him
I
for real.
disagree. I disagree because
Okay.
you know, and unfortunately, I got to bring it to race. He's a white man. You know what I'm saying? And on sadly, he can move around more freely than any of us, just based on the color of his skin, to an extent.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Because
Yo, I
people
have
look
to
at him
agree
like
with
that.
Trini on
But
that
let me ask
because
you,
I'm looking over this guy's content. He's in Nepal, India, Sudan, Pakistan. He's in places, crazy places, in the ghetto of all ghettos. This is
right,
how
but
he
let
thrived.
me ask
This
you
is how
this.
he
All
grew
right,
his platform.
but let me
Now,
ask
now,
you this.
go ahead.
If you're gonna say the color of his skin basically gives him a pass, then how do you speak to the fact that he got kicked out of Somalia and Cuba, and apparently the color of his skin didn't give him the pass?
Well, I can talk about Trinidad. Let me tell you something. We are not strangers to foreigners. People visit. We have a very mixed ethnic group. Half the
I
country
know.
is half the country
That's
like.
part of my heritage, by the way. I lived in the
All right.
country for 12 years.
I was hearing it in your accent. Look, that's why I posted that question. I'm like, do you guys have anybody from China on the panel to say
Yeah,
what
yeah,
the
yeah. It's
locals are
fine. It's
saying?
fine. It's
So,
fine.
so for the most part, they look at Chris as some type of hero because they are basically he is highlighting the government incompetence on dealing with crime,
Hmm.
and they don't really. And basically, the whole thing in Trinidad is that they believe that the gang members and the cops are basically the same damn thing. How they working together. So when Chris Muslis put this information out there, he's like, well, hold up. Our government's not doing nothing, and this man is finding the freaking criminals. So I think his whiteness helps him, and I think that most foreigners are looked upon positively in Trinidad because they think you got money, they think you're gonna help them out, you think you're gonna spend, and you think you're gonna bring them more business. So it's not as a negative look. I don't know about Cuba and Somalia and all those other places, but as a foreigner, you're looked on as a good light, especially an American. And I believe if he was American, I don't even think they would have arrested him either. I think because
I
it was
think that's going.
Canadian, I think they could play with him a little bit because he's Canadian.
I think that's
Right.
going
Yo,
to
let me
play.
say something on that because Ray's talked about if they did that to Christmas list, what would they do to your black behind, right? And there's a lot of truth in that. So Christmas list is um operating under color of his skin, and he's getting
Mhm.
away with stuff that somebody else may not have gotten away with. Me, even
Right.
being a Black American, I get a certain amount of privilege along the Caribbean, but I know that I'm not going to push it because growing up in proximity to people from the Caribbean, you hear the stories. Living in certain Caribbean countries, you know how it is. So I know that I, even as a Black American, am not going to be afforded certain things that a Christmas list may be afforded. And I think he's gambling because certain people don't really care about that skin color thing, especially in these Caribbean countries. So if you push it, like I think he's pushing it, he's gonna F around and and find out.
I think it's going to play in his favor though, being Canadian. To tell you the truth, I think that's the only thing already really done saved his skin.
You believe so?
So
Y'all
if I
believe that?
if I
Yeah,
was advising Chris Muslis, I gotta tell him, is that bail money worth it? If that bail money ain't worth it, I would get my ass up out of there. Because this whole proving things to coconuts, and I'm saying that as a Trinidadian, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Proving a
So
point and standing on business. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I said. I'd rather be put on Trinidad's most wanted list for the rest of my life than to face 2 years in that Trinidad. I don't got nothing to prove. Y'all can say I'm John Dillinger out that mother. I don't care. I'm not proving my
Razor
innocence.
Rays is a
I'm just
realist.
I'm leaving and I'm not going back for no court. You know what I'm saying? Try to extradite me
The
back.
only thing I could, right, Raise, the only thing I could say to your point, by the way, is the only way for that to work is you would have to go to a country that Trinidad has no sort of
yeah,
allies or relation where you can
yeah.
be extradited. That's the only
Right.
thing I could say to that.
But the crime he's charged, he didn't do a violent crime. It's not like he killed a
No,
bunch of
no,
people.
no, no,
Would
no.
Canada really extradite him? Would they really for this this charge?
But you know what though,
You
Race?
never know.
It might not even be about Canada, being that he's a vlogger and he's going to all these exotic places. He might be doing a dance with Interpol now.
Now, yeah, you're right. You're
He's
right
not on.
about
He's
that.
not on the
Right,
list for Interpol, by the way.
Yeah,
He's
No,
somebody
not on
I'm
just
the
not
looked
list.
up
saying
the
he's on,
Interpol
I'm
list.
not saying he's on the list, but I'm saying, okay, if the government of Trinidad puts a warrant out for his arrest, I'm
Yes.
saying Interpol might be involved in that. I don't know too much about Interpol, but I know they don't play and they will snatch you for another country.
Well, all right. Let me make something clear.
Okay.
Interpol, right? Interpol is basically just an investigation system, as well as they're just a system that just lets the different immigration and police know, here's what's up, here's the warning, here's this, whatever, whatever. They have no relevance in terms of they can actually extradite. No, none of that. As far as the extradition is concerned, that's between the government of Trinidad, and if he's in Canada, and if Canada says, yes, we approve of the extradition, therefore, the Canada police is instructed, okay, please go and get this guy right now. And so they go and they get this guy, and then they put him on the plane, and then they make sure that they hand him over to the police. Once they hand him over to the police, then the police take it from there. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to be handed over and be handed back to Trinidad eventually, right?
Right. Exactly.
Because then
Like
that's
I
a whole
said, I
other
would
set
work
of
back
charges.
channels. Once I got back to Canada, I
Right.
would be working
So
back
right.
channels
So
with an attorney to either negotiate down a fee or a fine or something like that, and just agree not to film in their country anymore or come back. And just leave it like that.
Yeah,
Yo,
I got
did y'all see how Chris speaks out of both sides of his mouth? On one hand, he'll speak about the great workers in the jail, right? But then speak about the conditions in the jail and talk about a book that he got about Nelson Mandela's human rights as it related to prisoners. So what he's really doing is sending signals out like, yo, the jails here are crap and this and that. You're doing that while you're still in a country, though. He doesn't get it. Trinities and everybody is smart enough to know when you're speaking out of both sides of your mouth, or when you're throwing shots at a country that you're a guest in. A tourist or somebody that's not from that place, the last thing they should be doing is trying to play do-gooder in the country. The people of Trinidad have their own mouth, and they know what the social ills are. And if you got an internet, then you also know. He's going just to be on some white man adventure shit. And unfortunately, someone in the chat said, yo, y'all talking about race. It matters, bro. It straight up matters, because like, what would happen if I did that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't do it, because I already know that hanging around this gang and then going to the next gang, I'm putting myself in the position that I could be used as a pawn against these gangs. One could put me under pressure to find out, yo, where did they pull them guns out of? Now, when you get the police involved, they can put you under pressure to start snitching. So even the appearance or the thought that you might be snitching can put your life in danger. Y'all gotta Google Trinidad and Google Lavin Hill, Google some of these places, Google and learn about the issue between race, the Syrians, the Indians, the Douglas, the black, and economic disparity. Trinidad is not a joke. And for you to go there, that means you think you really about that life. And he ain't about that life to be eating dal curry and doubles for the next 5 years in a goddamn Trini jail.
All right, let me add a little context to that. So in reality, he wasn't really advised properly. He could have came back to the West, came back to Canada and post all the videos he want, and he would have been straight. But because he was there and they found out that he was there, he was just easily accessible, and they're gonna use him as a piñata. You know what I mean? And I don't have proof on this, but the theory is, or I should say the rumor is that he is working with the police. That's a rumor. I can't prove it, but
Well, now
that's
see,
what we're
I
thinking.
believe it.
I don't want to put that out there because now there's something else. Now that's
That's
so
alleged. That's
that out.
alleged.
That's
Don't
alleged.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know for a
Don't even
fact.
say alleged. Razor Ray is trying to get an
Oh,
interview with Christmas Lee,
That's
so let's
no,
alleged.
not fuck it up.
That's alleged.
no,
But I
no.
gotta
But let's be
correct
honest.
you.
You
Go
can't
ahead.
put that out there because you could get the guy hemmed up by now.
Well, it's on local.
Allegedly,
Well,
allegedly,
it's on
sir.
local. It's on local media. So that's
Okay, yeah, I don't
nothing new. The locals is
Right.
on it.
But that's still
That's what
alleged.
they think.
That's still alleged.
Because
Right.
if they see Chris List now riding around, they thinking the police is not too far behind him. So I'm just
Which is
putting
smart to think that way. You know, he's going to be
Right.
tailed until the case.
But I gotta correct my brother about the whole racial divide and stuff like that. That stuff only happens during election, and it's like one occurrence a year. It's not like that. The whole yes, the Syrians were there before. They came with some money, and yes, a lot of the top people are Syrian. Like when you go to like the top, not even 1%, like the top 0.2%, you'll see more lighter skinned people and things like that and stuff like that. But you can go. There's no segregation. There's no segregation of races. You can go anywhere. You can live anywhere. You can buy anywhere. There's no racism on law. So once you're a Trinidadian, there's no such thing as a black Trinidadian, and an Indian Trinidadian, Syrian Trinidadian. You're just a citizen. You're just Trinidadian.
I just
Hey,
want
Well,
to add up.
you're Trini, so I'm not going to argue about the Trini thing, but the presence, the fact that Douglas exists means that blacks and Indians been getting along to a certain point. But you kind of made my point when we talk about the politics. That's when it gets real spicy, because if an Indian gets in power, who he's looking out for? Indians. It's not only in Trinidad, that happens in Guyana, that happens in Suriname. Whenever you have the replacement of what were enslaved Africans by indentured servants, i.e. Indians, you're going to have this sort of uneasy coexistence. And that's what I'm saying.
So Trini politics is just like the way they swing politics in Jamaica?
Exactly.
Well. Let me add a little caveat, right? There's two main systems. Let's say Democrats and Republicans, right? Let's just say that there is a majority population of blacks in PNM, which is who's in power right now, which is why the president is black. For y'all's sakes, he's black, right? And there's the other one, which I think is a UPN or something like that. Their colors is yellow. They have a primary Indian infrastructure, but they have black people as part of their party also. So
okay, so it's like their politics is just like Jamaica then. Okay.
Probably very similar. So you'll see the head of the party might be of Indian descent on one side, and the head of the party might be black descent on one side. But people vote and switch sides for both. Like my family in particular, they have interest on both sides. So whoever's in power, they still good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, when election comes along, you might see someone say something, a racial epithet in Indian or a racial epithet towards an African. They might say that, and that might spice something up. But after elections is over, nobody cares.
He need to get
I
his
just want to
ass.
add something to what Nakneezy said. Okay, so Nakneezy, you brought up an interesting point, by the way. So actually, in that one video that he did, where he was up in the hills in Laventille with the gangs, right? The gangs did one of the gang members did openly say that if you go up the stairs to a certain point, the other side is where the people that they're against or they have the rivals with, that's where they're located, right? So the fact that he's admitting that and openly saying what's going on the other side, yada 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 yada. So the police now are looking at that and going, so Chris must know what's going on, because if this guy has already said this is the activity and this is the rivalry, then that gives us a bit of information to say, hey, Chris, you could tell us something because you were right there and it's on video. But of course, Chris is probably, saying, hey, well, I don't want to get into trouble per se, because if I snitch, either these guys that I spoke with are going to come for me or the opposition is going to come for me. So if I don't say anything, nobody can come for me.
Well,
You
if
know,
y'all say
for
they
you to
run
get,
their
for you to
politics
get,
like, if y'all say they
go
run
on,
their
brother.
politics like they do in Jamaica, I think Chris need to bounce and get up out that piece because he might get caught in some crossfire sooner or later.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I would take my butt right back to Canada. You know what I mean? I handled it there. I'll plead guilty from Canada. I'm like, well, you want me to plead guilty and pay the fine? I don't care. I don't care about being a convicted felon as long as I'm not in jail. Well, I've got to pay the fine. I plead. I don't got to do no jail time, right? So be it. I just won't go back ever in my life. I don't care about all that.
Well then,
Yo, if
well then,
anybody's
Ray,
ever
if
been
that's the
around
case,
street people, street dudes, street organizations, for you to be able to be even allowed in that circle, there has to be a certain level of trust or buy-in from that organization to you. Now, I
absolutely,
think Chris Liss's buy-in or his credibility, so to speak, his street cred would be, I've been here and I've done this in Canada, and have an anti-establishment um, point of view, right? So when you're selling that, then you can get the information and access to the real things that's going on. And that's what the police are trying to pressure him on, because they know you can't get access and then act like they're not putting you on to what's really going on, and now you don't want to tell us. So they're gonna put pressure on that man, and that's why he's not to be trusted. We see this all the time. We call them switch-siders. You know what I'm saying? Like if someone told you something about me, then my question to you would be, what about you made them so comfortable speaking? You see what I'm saying? And that's what
absolutely.
Christmas is right here. He's in between the cops and the people, and you can't play that. You gotta pick a side, and he's picked his side, which is with the gangsters, which puts him automatically against the police, which are, you know what, an even bigger and more organized group of gangsters in Trinidad.
Salute Autowell. Autowell is in the building. Yeah, so well, going forward, guys, and 185 people watching early stream. I'm gonna come back live later on some other topics, but you know, how do you think this plays out? Y'all he going back to court next week. What is going to happen in that courtroom? Will
That
there
remains
be
to be
some type
seen.
of conclusion? Will they delay the case again? You know what I mean? Or will there be a conclusion? Will they set a jury trial? I don't know how that works out there. Will they set a date for a jury trial? Will they drop the charges? You know, will they throw him back in jail?
So he's going back for deliberation?
No, this is the final
Mm-mm.
court hearing.
Oh hell.
Let's see if they're going to take it further or fine him.
So here's the issue. The problem is that the courts are very antiquated. And, you know, they more or less use close to the British system. So they wear the stupid wigs and all that kind of stupid crap. Like, it's really silly, right? But the problem is the mindset of the judges are going to be of old school West Indians, old school coconuts. And they barely don't even understand YouTube or social media. Or they might even have a grudge against it. So already, I think it's going to be, it's already stacked against them. You know what I mean?
So to your advice would be basically he should go to Canada and negotiate on the back end some type of a deal to where he does not have to go back for that trial.
I'm not risking it. And the best thing he can do is maybe get a lawyer from. It's funny, he can get a lawyer from England because they're allowed to practice in Trinidad. He can get an English lawyer, and he might get a little bit better on that. But me personally, I'm not rolling the dice with them coconut courts.
And that's straight from a Trinidadian.
That's it. Trinidad guy right here talking. He don't want to end up. He said, "Don't risk this right here. Don't risk this, Chris." You know, like I said, I wouldn't risk it because I'm not spending it. I won't do 2 months in here. You know what I'm saying? Put me on whatever Interpol. I just won't be a travel blogger no more. I stay right in Canada forever. But people are saying that Canada would extradite him. I don't know why they would, but Canada would extradite him. Maybe
because Canada has the relations. Yeah.
Maybe he got word from a lawyer that Canada would extradite him. Maybe he knows that. I don't know. You know?
I don't think Trinidad got all that flex, man. I don't know. I doubt they could pressure big Canada to do anything. So I really don't know about that. I would just get up out of there and just mark Trinidad off the travel list. Be like, I ain't going back to Trinidad no more. It was nice. I had some doubles and roti. I saw, and I'm out.
Gain some subs, gain some popularity. Because let's be honest, all YouTubers and shut the old 190 people watching. All YouTubers want fame and popularity, and sometimes these type of incidents do boost your channel. It really does.
Yeah.
So controversy sells. You know what I'm saying? So let's be honest. Everybody wants money. YouTubers want money. So I know he's thinking that this can help his YouTube career and boost his celebrity stature as far as YouTubers is concerned, and boost his money. Let's be honest. So I'm just saying, don't be too lackadaisical out there and get yourself in true trouble that you're gonna be like Cuba Dave. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't want to happen to you, but hey,
So let me ask you something, Ray's.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think that Chris, now that he's put out this statement basically saying, look, I don't have no money to go home and I don't have enough money, because he did say that even with the lawyer's fee, you're looking at 50 grand, and that he doesn't even basically have. So my question is, do you think now that he's put this out, he's going to raise that money and be able to go home and then come back and then pay for the lawyer's fee?
Well, 50 TNT, right? Trinidad and Tobago money, so not US dollars. So and think about that too. Whatever that conversion is, I know 100,000 TNT was about 15,000 US. So yeah, and then he had to pay like 10% of that bill. So yeah, I don't know how much the lawyer is charging him. Yeah, he might not have the money, or I don't know what's his play.
But I'm pretty sure that lawyer's not cheap.
What thinking?
So here's a joke, guys. You know what's funny? We have people in Trinidad with more serious offenses that gets no bail. Not no bail. They get to go out free on reconnaissance. So the Trinidad people there are looking at it like, hold on, you hold this man on bail, and we got people attacking people. We got people accused of attempted murder, and they get to go free with no bail, free on reconnaissance. So that's what they're looking at as, like, really massive corruption that they might want to make a an example of Chris, as not to talk, not for criminals, but not to go against and talk bad about the police and the government.
Bro, I agree with you.
But
Just
let me
with the $15,000
but let me
bond
ask
that
you
they
something.
said. $15,000 in Trinidad, really?
Yeah, but let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, right?
50,000 is $7,389 in United. 50K in Trini is $7,389 in US. So that's it's a lot, but it ain't damaging. You could come up with it.
Okay, so let me ask the panel this question. All right, you're a foreigner in another land. Do you think it's a good idea to do a video speaking against the government?
It's a horrible idea.
No.
Don't ever do that.
Not as a veteran traveler. You already know better. If you're going to do it, like Trini said, you do it after you leave, and don't expect to go back.
Well, for what it's worth, he wasn't saying that. He was asking them about it. But I guess he didn't think that the reception from the government would have been like, oh, he's just doing journalism. Nah, fam, you part of it. Now you part of the gangs, and you need to tell us what the gangs are. Otherwise, you're going to feel it. I think that's what happened.
Absolutely. That's exactly what happened.
And this is where we at right now. And we were just saying, should he have? They said, look, you're allowed to leave. You can leave and come back. Should he have taken that opportunity? That's the major question now. Maybe he changed his mind and leave. Maybe he's on a flight right now back to Canada. Maybe he's listening to this stream saying, you know what, Razor is right. We need to get. Yeah, I need to leave. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? He might change his mind and just break out.
Bro, I would have chartered a boat to Venezuela or Grenada. Those are the two nearest places. He'd be there in like 4 hours. I'd have been out.
He said charter a boat. That's crazy. Trini.
No, because on the regular, people go in between the islands and go to Venezuela. Like, that's what we have, an immigration problem of Venezuelans too. So Venezuelans is I know you guys travel. Venezuelans are everywhere. They're also.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
so but it's an immigration issue too. So if the Venezuelans can get here one way, you got more money than them. You could definitely go to Venezuela.
Okay, but what if you get caught trying to help him? Like if you get caught, like if he gets caught, somebody that's a native or Trini, and he get caught on their boat, will the captain get in trouble?
That
Yeah,
if
because
he's
that
if
captain
he's
is
free, no,
considered an accessory.
if he's free to leave, then there's no crime. If he's free
Right.
to travel, then he can travel to Venezuela. Now,
Correct.
if he
Yeah.
doesn't, if he's not free to travel, then of course you accessory to
Right.
helping him flee.
It's not like Trinidad has a navy where they're going to hunt down the boat and find them on the boat and bring them back and all that. So
We got a little navy, man. We got a couple
come on,
boats.
Yes, we
stop.
do.
A couple little fast boats ain't no
We
navy.
got little tugboats.
Coast Guard, a Coast Guard. You got like that Coast
They
Guard.
use our Coast Guard though.
Yes, we do, and we got to protect our oil too. So yeah, we got a little, we got a little navy. Ain't no pirates
Yes.
over in the Caribbean.
5
Yeah.
seconds and it'll be all over with.
Yes.
Yeah, but the
By the
streets
way,
be
speaking of the
talking.
Navy,
Once
if you go
word,
if,
yeah,
if you go to an area called Anchorage, you'll see them out there. You'll see them in Anchorage.
And Drew, he is not on Interpol list. Just check. Yeah, he wouldn't be on Interpol list just yet. Drew, we talk about like if he was not to go back to court. Let's just say he was to leave and be in
Right.
Canada and don't go back. What would happen eventually with his passport? Will he be able to travel and vlog? But I would give up. Me personally, I would give up my traveling to avoid going to jail for 2 years or even 1 year in Trinidad. I just can't travel no more. My travel YouTube career is over. You know what I'm saying? I do something else as far as I just vlog from Canada. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not doing 2 years in no Trinidad jail. You know what I'm saying? Even if I had to burn my passport, you know what I'm saying? I had to burn my passport. Well, I just can't travel no more abroad.
it's enough hoods in the United States he can video.
Yeah, well, Canada. He'd be in Canada, Canadian.
So keep in mind, in Trinidad, it's against the law to do public profanity. So you can't film cops, you can't curse in public. Like we got a lot of antiquated laws.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be very careful. Like I tell Americans when they travel, don't think this is America. Like, I just came from Dubai also. Like you can't curse in public either. You can't raise your voice in public either. So you gotta be careful when you move to these places that you know the laws and they'll make an example out of you.
Right.
Like DMX got in trouble for cursing on stage while performing.
And Philly Dom, shout out to Philly Dom. I see you was in the chat earlier. Philly Dom, shout out to Philly Dom. Forgot Philly Dom was in the Sunday Night Smokers here. Sunday Night Smoke.
AHS to review the DHGSS feedback on the detailed phase 1 interaction. So we owe you that.
Yeah, somebody playing something?
Did a call and supply for CRM feedback.
Somebody's on work.
CRM
I heard CRM.
AHS passed and updated the version 8 of the item.
Yeah, it sounds like Mikey's story back there doing some work.
No.
Somebody sending me emails in the back chat, or actually to my email address, saying that Chris stole his wealth from Toronto. I'm not looking through that. I'm not opening up any of these goddamn links. You got to be crazy. I don't know who this is.
Yeah. Don't click on no links. Don't click on no links.
Nope.
Yeah, don't click on no links.
So keep in mind, fellas, I was also just in a Dubai story. Shaggy, Jamaican artist, a reggae artist. I mean, he's also American too, to an extent. He was performing in Dubai, and the sound was horrible. So he cursed out in public on stage, right? You know what he did? He told the whole crowd to put the middle finger up in the air. So he's thinking that if they're gonna arrest me, they gotta arrest the whole crowd, because someone reminded him where he was.
Did it work?
It did. The whole crowd did it, and it's like, hold up, we all doing profane gestures and stuff like that. So just be careful when you guys travel. Like the things that we take for granted here in America.
Yeah,
Yeah, the freedom of speech is not as loose everywhere else.
Hey, Rays.
Yes.
I got a topic for your next show. Is Christmas list the next Johnny Somali?
Now, I keep hearing about that name, Johnny Somali, but I don't know much about what happened to Johnny Somali. But salute to QB Passport flexing in the building.
He be going to other countries and being totally disrespectful. They don't ban him from so many countries. He might as well hang it up.
Oh, John. Okay,
yeah, but
so
Johnny Somali, that's more of an extreme measure compared to Christmas.
It is. Yeah,
right. But I think with to make that comparison is that the only thing with Christmas is that he's sort of like one of those guys that likes to get deep in the trenches and shows his interest in why people do the things that they do, versus Johnny is trying to do dumb shit in, you know, in the name of, let me try to get the views, or let me try to do something salacious just to, you know, get a reaction, and it's going to make me the most money.
You know, when I was comparing them, I was talking about in reference to being banned from countries and continents.
I wouldn't take it to that extreme, because like I said, even though Chris has been kicked out of Cuba and Somali, it's not to the extreme of Johnny Somali. No.
Salute to the panel. Salute to the panel.
Money
Raise the raise.
stuff.
What's good?
What's up, Money
So,
Travel?
I can't call it. Hey, listen. Here's my take on it. Right. First and foremost, I think they wanted to store them because at the end of the day, like if you know Chris and you did the research on him, he a millionaire, man. Like if you do the research on homeboy a millionaire. That's number one. He got the bread out. I think he just don't want to pay it. Number two, at the end of the day, if you know the history of Trinidad, like I was going to Trinidad back in the early 90s. I done been through 11 Till, Coco Reed, Tuna Puna, all through Trinidad from back in the early 90s, right? I had a homeboy that was from there, and we used to go there, and then, you know, cats used to deal with cats from out of Venezuela. So they most definitely they tried to store them, but they couldn't get it, and they wanted to get information from them. But as far as him saying he ain't got the bread, he definitely got the bread. He just want to probably seem like he quiet and don't want to pay that money.
right. Do you believe he should have stayed or left? You believe he's handling this right by staying and just going through with the court?
I believe at the end of the day, me per se, I would have got out of there. But being as though like a couple of brothers said, his skin complexion, he probably feel like, you know, oh, I can beat it. I'm who I am. I got a couple dollars behind me. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna fight it because I ain't did nothing wrong. The media's lying and all that. Nah, I would have been out. Boom. That's it.
So you say, what do you believe is going to happen though? Do you believe he's going to get convicted and have to do some time in jail?
Well, I believe this right here. You know, being as though I've been through the system before, I believe that if they had something on him, like heavy, they wouldn't have let him go. They let him go because at the end of the day, for the most part, he already probably agreed to pay a fine. Behind closed doors, he might have been like, yo, at the end of the day, through the lawyer, yeah, I'm gonna pay a fine. So we're gonna let you go out on bail. We're gonna set the court hearing, and then when a court hearing, you're gonna plead guilty, whatever the case may be, pay a fine and be out. That's what I believe, because at the end of the day, if they got something on you, and I don't think they would just let you go like that. You know what I mean?
And give you back your passport and say you can leave and come back.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
Because at first they were saying he was a flight risk, but now they give you back your passport, say you can leave and go hang out with your family, but just come back. So it's like, well, is it that serious of a charge to get this guy his Which, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and Razor, then on top of that, we never know what happened behind closed doors. At the end of the day, for the most part, he could have paid some bread and come out here to save his YouTube channel, make it seem like he fighting and this, that, and the third, or whatever the case may be. But in all actuality, bro, you paid that money already behind closed doors. We're gonna let you out. Whatever you're gonna do, just don't film no gang stuff no more, whatever the case may be, because he's still filming. They had a party for him in the street the other night. So at the end of the day, for the most part, something ain't right.
I'm pretty sure he wet a beak or two. I could almost assure you that somebody beat that wet.
All I'm saying, if I'm wealthy, I'm not playing like I'm wealthy in a poor country.
Exactly.
I'm gonna act broke as fuck. Yes, I need help. I can't fly home.
In Canada, he driving Ferraris and all that.
Yeah, so you can't flaunt your wealth out there.
Hell no.
Trinidad, you can't even, you know.
I don't care how much money I had. I'd be out of there. I don't give a damn. I'd be out.
What is that doing in here, man?
And I'm gonna say this before I get up out of here. And remember, we all know the history of Trinidad back in the day when Abu Bakr and all them took over the government and all that, when they formed a coup back in the day. So at the end of the day, we know how Trinidad rock. So they definitely not playing. So I feel when I seen him get out, I feel it definitely was a situation where he put some bread up behind closed doors, quiet everything down. We're gonna let you out. make it look good, boom, 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 and then you can slide. But just know that we're not a country that just come over here and be playing with.
Yeah, it might. This is all speculative. We don't know,
Right.
but we just giving our opinion, our guess and opinions. You know what I'm saying? So it's very interesting. I'm going to keep following it. You know what I'm saying? Over the next few days. He was
As
asking
you
me why I
should.
follow. I said, yeah. I said I'm following. It's interesting. I get tired of talking about Colombia stuff all the time. You know what I'm saying? This
No,
is new and refreshing. So I'm gonna stay following this one. You know what I'm saying?
hey,
And
Razor, but I salute you for letting me on. I'm out of here. Nat Meezy, what's good, my boy? Um, at the end of the day, for the most part, I'm out of here.
Salute,
all
salute.
right. Money
Yeah.
All
travel.
right.
Salute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to back up out of here too, Ronin. I
Yeah,
mean, Razor. I
yeah.
appreciate you
Ronin.
guys letting me up.
Yes.
Nakmeezy, everybody on the panel. Appreciate y'all.
You
Vlog
Salute,
got it.
tripping.
Ronan. Appreciate
Thanks
you,
for
brother.
giving us that inside information, Trini. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
I'm about to clear the panel, guys. Get your final thoughts. I'm gonna clear the panel. I'm gonna speak to the people for a little bit, solo for a little bit, but I'm gonna clear the panel right now. Yeah, I got any final words on this? Thank you,
Yeah,
you guys, and Ronan
let me
Travel.
go first.
Yeah.
Yo,
Block.
definitely shout out to everybody here for having me on the panel. I definitely
Stop.
got to represent that to definitely saying that it's not a dangerous place. Like everywhere else, you got your dangerous areas. If you're not going to places that Christmas list was going, you're relatively safe. Do we have a crime problem? Yes, they do. You know what I mean? But if you move anywhere else, if you know where to move and know where to go, you'll be all right. But on the real facts though, the media, the on the ground, the locals, they're all with Chris. They all believe this is a BS charge. He wasn't really him himself wasn't saying anything against the government, but him creating that video, it's like promoting, anti-government sentiment. So I think the case is weak, but I would say better safe than sorry. Get up out of there. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, I dropped your channel link in the chat. Vlog Tripping. Subscribe to Vlog Tripping. Thank you for pulling up and giving your insider information on Trinidad. And Ronan left. Well, Ronin Travelers. Shout out to him and his channel. Also subscribe to Ronin. That means you got anything else to say, Nak?
Nah. Thanks for letting me up, Razor. I appreciate you. I just want to end with this. Being that Christmas list is almost he's got his court date or whatever. They still have to decide if the other two are just gonna keep hanging around, what they're gonna do with them. I don't know what you think about that.
The other two. Yeah.
These nuts.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
Yo, I just want to say, everybody be safe out there. Razor Ray statement. Thank you for letting me join your panel, and don't react, because you can find yourself in a serious jam.
Right. Hey, this is very interesting. I'm gonna be following this. I'm gonna still be following this. You know what I'm saying? And maybe Chris leaves. Maybe he sees this live stream and says, "I'm getting the hell out of here." Those guys in that panel is making a lot of sense. I'm getting out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But
All right, peace out, Rays. I'll see you.
All right.
All right, man.
Yeah, the Mikey Story, and shout out to you and your channel, Mikey Story.
Thank you very much. So the bottom line is this, ladies and gentlemen that are listening. I think the one takeaway we can take from this is this. Please use discretion. Please use discretion when you are out in these countries. Even if you are vlogging, you're filming, still use discretion, because without discretion comes trouble. And that's all I got for you. But otherwise, thank you very much for having me. And the only thing I could say is on Thursday, we'll see which way this swings. But Chris, if you're listening, I wish you all the best.
Yeah. And thank you, Mikey Story. Subscribe to Mikey Story channel.
Thank you.
Man. Yeah, guys. This is the interesting story, guys. Interesting story. Like I said, I was gonna come up here and just talk about it for a little bit. I stayed much longer. I was drinking my C4. Now my C4 kind of, it wore off. I gotta get me another one of these before I go work out. You know what I'm saying? I'll come back live tonight. I got some Colombia topics to talk about, Passport Bro stuff tonight. Later on. So please subscribe to this channel. Anybody new that came through because of the whole Christmas list saga that continues to go on. Interesting time for Chris out there inside Trinidad, and I will be covering it, following it. So subscribe to this channel. Any new viewers, like I said, I'll be back live tonight because I got a couple of things on Colombia and the Paso Bros to talk about tonight. So be prepared for that. Let me see any comments before I go to this gym. Trinidad prison. English lawyer can't practice anywhere. The bar. So we were talking about the lawyers. You know, he should get a Canadian lawyer. But you know, the Canadian lawyer, that Canadian lawyer got to know what the laws are in Trinidad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Like I said, thank Nat Measy and thank the Mikey Story vlogging tripping, and you know, these guys are coming up here. Buck Travel, all these guys giving their input. You know what I'm saying? You getting? Oh man. Well, you know, like I said, I'm avoiding all prisons. You know what I'm saying? You know, Knack would love to go there. Dropping. Okay, so the trolls are out. The trolls are out. That mostly happens in American prison. So you talk about, okay. Christmas list, please know your role, sir. Get out, don't come back. And especially, I can't stand that damn Austin Holloman. What? Why Brazil let him back in? I don't know why. Man, Rolando going in on Austin Holloman out of nowhere. Austin Holloman catching strays. Oh, man. Yeah. Austin Holloman catching strays. Is the Caribbean. They don't like well, you know. I got a few friends at Trinidad now thinking twice visiting that place. Just don't film. I guess you could go, but just don't film. Just don't film the wrong thing and don't be a high profile YouTuber because you know they can hit you up. And if they ask you to come inside and you know you got something on film, you film something that you know we think you can help us out with a case, or you pretty much got no choice but to go help them out with the case, right? Are they gonna file some charges against you? LOL, he not broke. He owns a Lamborghini. Okay. Chris got money. Don't worry about it. Definitely ban Austin Holloman from Brazil. Wow. Well, Austin, he's out there in Brazil right now. Austin is out there in Brazil. So, you know, all right. Yeah. Razor, it's nice to do these lives. Current affairs, take a break from Colombia. Yeah, I be getting kind of tired of talking about Colombia all the time. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't talk about it as much as I used to. But yeah, I got a couple of topics tonight and Pastor Bro stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna start doing some more off-topic conversations during the morning times when I get a chance and I got time to do it. You know, even if it's only for like an hour or 30 minutes. Some topics I just go live early before noon. But salute to you, Bo Riddle. Don't worry, freedom will be gone in USA totally soon. Okay. All right. So I'm just going through some of your chats before I break out of here. Johnny Somali got banned from Japan. Now he's in Israel. Okay. Yeah, respect foreign laws. I was jailed in London for pissing outside a nightclub. The police didn't care about I got thrown out club. Then the cells were full. We tried killing each other in jail. Are you telling the truth, Red Bull Baka? Are you telling the truth? Are you serious? Let me see. Be on your best behavior regardless where you at. Your mama taught you better. Chris says he has Lamborghini, but still asking for GoFundMe funds. You never have enough money, right? They say. Chris said he is not a millionaire. He said too many keep saying that. Okay, so he said he's not a millionaire. Chris says he lives check to check. Okay, so there's some conflicting reports. So you're saying Chris said he's not a millionaire? Okay. He's saying he's for real rich. Just check IMR or first meeting. Okay, so conflicting reports on how rich Christmas list is. Jamon, feel you. Same here, but these younger cats like Austin Holloman be doing too much. I mean, too much, making men of color look bad. Like we always looking for attention. It's ridiculous. Okay, well, like you on Austin's ass today, Rolando. Yeah. Ooh, man. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Let me run through your chat to see a couple of super chats also. Trinidad is not a poor country. Chris rented that Ferrari. Top boss, big nations is in the building. When Virtual Menace was arrested in DR, there was 0 videos made. Virtual Menace. Do I remember Virtual Menace? Top boss, big nations. What did he get arrested in DR for? Virtual Menace. Was he arrested for filming the females? You gotta remember certain things you film. See, the difference is with Chris, the Trinidad people would like being on a camera. Now, if you get arrested in DR for filming females, you're not gonna get no backing really from the people or the people you filming because they don't want to be on camera. So it's not gonna be the same level of outcry or the same level of support if you get arrested in the DR, Sasua, Puerto Plata for filming the girls, because you're just not going to get that support. You're just not. It's different. You know what I'm saying? You're just not going to get that same level of support. I mean, but I'm not sure exactly. I guess you're talking about Virtual Minutes got arrested for filming females and dropping those type of female videos. Okay. He succeeded in awakening the spirits of Trinidad. Vico Real says, okay. Vlog Tripping channel. Salute the Vlog Tripping channel, and salute the Ronin Travelers. That's our Ronin Travelers channel right there, and Vlog Tripping is right there. Thank you both for pulling up. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, subscribe to this channel. Also, any new people, subscribe to this channel. Yeah, you got me again, god damn it. You got me again, god damn it. Yeah, man. Let me see. Yeah. Pay fine and go. Yeah. If like I said, if I gotta plead guilty, I'll plead guilty, pay the fine, and get the hell out of there. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. The Auto Wheel has been a member for 11 months. Yes, salute to the Auto Wheel. E-Boost over C4. Get it at CVS. Okay, I checked that one out. So yeah, so I'm gonna need another one because this has worn off. The Auto Wheel. I was supposed to. This live stream was only gonna be like 40 minutes to an hour, but of course the panel came in and we was getting some people in early, so I said I keep it on. I load up the panel. And so this has worn off the C4 to your door. No beef, no more has worn off. So if I see it out there, the E-Boost at CVS, well, it's only at CVS. I got a little I got over at Walmart. Or no, I got a CVS around here. Yeah, so yes, I check it out. I checked that one out. Thank you, Auto Will. And a Bville with a $5 donation. Salute. Does Rello take food stamp donations? Oh man. You guys are I don't know. Hey, go to his channel tonight, Bville, and he's doing the fundraiser. So go ahead and try. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and try. Oh man. So everybody, please subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel, guys. Because like I said, we're gonna be coming back live tonight also. And hopefully we have an update for you guys tomorrow on Christmas list. Maybe Christmas list, maybe he leaves out of nowhere. Never know. Maybe he breaks out. That'll be breaking news. He changes his mind and leaves. Never know, guys. Woo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, these are the. Hey, JT, and salute to you on your channel. Hey, JT, I've been seeing you. JT, I seen you do a couple of videos on a Christmas listing. Shout out to you on your channel. Yes, these glasses are broke. I have some ones that are. I have ones that are fixed that are not broke. Hold on. But the thing is, JT, you know, I see better with these than the ones that's not broke. You know what I'm saying? These I see better with them, but I could wear these too. Since y'all guys are making fun of me, Razor Rays. You guys are making fun of Razor Rays. So I put the fixed ones on. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, no more C4. I need some more C5. I gotta get this workout in, man. Messing around with you guys. Talk about Christmas lists. God damn it. Yeah. What up, No Name? You know, ran a business, a nerd world, and robbed his employees. Oh well, you know, like I said, man, I'm gonna be following this, guys. I'm gonna be following this and see what's going on out there. You know what I'm saying? Trinidad, 30 billion. Philadelphia, GD. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going blind, man. I'm going blind as a bat. I used to have 20/20 vision. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm coming back tonight. Are you gonna really come back tonight? How are you? Yeah. I'm coming back tonight. Prime time live, Razor Rays. Yes, sir. We coming back live and full. You know, after my workout though. After my work, I gotta get my workout, guys. You know what I'm saying? I can't. My arms are looking kind of small right now. I gotta get a pump before my before my live stream. I'm gonna come back with the tank top. Right now, I just got my shirt that my mama bought me. My like, share, comment, and subscribe shirt that my mama bought me. Go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel, guys. Yeah. Woo! They have major league teams, multiple. Oh, you talk about all right. Trinidad has 1.5 million people. Yeah, like I said, any newcomers that's coming into the chat, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be following this Christmas list in Trinidad story all week and into next week. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're going to be staying on top of it. Any breaking news tonight, I'm going to do another video on it. Like I said, I'm coming back live on some other topics tonight. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to touch on the Christmas listing tonight, you can. I'm not going to stop you. But you know, I'm gonna try to save the Christmas list, the main topics for the daytime, for the morning time. You know what I mean? Or early afternoon, early noon times. Razor Rays. I want all brothers to travel, be digital travel abroad nomads. We just need to stop being on some thirsty stuff. That's you know, hey, you know, wait, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? You know, you thirsty for the beauties, you know what I'm saying? Those beautiful Colombian women too. It's in the Trini newspaper that he is free to leave. Yes, he is free to leave. Yep. He is free to leave, but he said no, he's gonna stay. He's gonna stay in until next week. Why does people who has never been to Trinidad give false information? Yeah, you know, I mean, that's just the nature of the beast, you know what I'm saying? But you know, like I said, the Trinidad newspapers. I'm getting my information from the Trinidad newspapers, and you know, it is what it is. Let the Canadians worry about the white. Okay, and okay, you know, Venezuelan women are just as beautiful. Yes, they are. You want to go to Caracas? You go ahead and book that flight. Book that flight to Caracas. Have at it. You can also go to Medellin, Cartagena. Hell, when I was in Costa Rica, I seen some Venezuelans out there in Jaco Beach. So, Polo, we both can name cities each have never heard of. So, with that being said, Philly isn't poor at all. So they going at it back and forth. Hey, staying on subject, can you get Christmas list on the live Razor Rays? I don't know. I haven't seen Christmas list. I don't even know if he knows who I am, actually, to be honest with you. I know he knows Ace Live, he knows Checking Effect. Now I know Ace Live and Checking Effect, and they know me. But I've never met Christmas list. I don't even know. I haven't even been on a panel with Christmas list. Go, he might be like, "What the hell is a Razor Rays?" You know, he might don't know who the hell I am. And I haven't necessarily seen him go on YouTube again yet. You know, as far as doing interviews, he's been doing interviews with actual news reporters out there inside Trinidad. So I don't know if he's ready to actually hop on panels and do this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll welcome him. You know, definitely. You know, I will welcome him. Yeah, guys. So salute everybody, man. Jay Crichton is in the building. This summer is here. Jersey Shore. Yeah. Salute. Yeah, scam likely. I know you're trolling, but this is my shirt right here. Yeah, this is my YouTube shirt right here. This is my YouTube shirt. God damn it. I gotta go change it to my workout gear though, because like I said, I gotta get another one of these. Drink this for my workout. Get this hardcore workout in, and come back live later on tonight, guys. And like I said, if anything break that's significant on Christmas list, I'll do another topic on him today too. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a YouTube mood right now. You know what I mean? So everybody subscribe to this channel. And give this video a like. And I shall return tonight. Salute to you, Chrissy. I shall return tonight. Hit that like button. Share this, and subscribe to the channel. I'm doing call to actions. Subscribe to this channel. We're getting a lot of new people to the channel, courtesy of the Christmas list stuff. So subscribe to the channel. Anybody that hasn't subscribed yet. You know what I'm saying? Great job, panel. Great job, chat. Thank you for all the donations that has come in. Until later on tonight, I'm Razor Rays, and I'm out.